Hi, I'm Rocco Campione, Engineering Manager at Aircraft Electric Motors. Here we have a typical AC aircraft generator. This generator, when driven by a turbine or a jet engine, produces enough electric power to operate an aircraft. There are only 7 key repairable components required to rebuild this entire generator. Let me show you. For today's demonstration, we've disassembled the generator. There are 3 major assemblies within a complete generator. We have the stator assembly, we have the rotor assembly, and we have the end bell assembly. Now let's go through all the components within each of the 3 major assemblies. Here we have the stator, and within the stator are the subcomponents. The first subcomponent is the stator wound. Then there's the core that goes in the stator. Then there's the wire that's formed into coils, and then there's the insulation. The second assembly is the rotor. The subcomponents in the rotor are the core and shaft, the coils formed from wire, the insulation, and also there's the exciter rotor, which has a core, coils, and insulation. The end bell assembly has the following subcomponents. It has the exciter stator. Within that is the core and the insulation. Also, there's a PMG stator, and it has a core, coils, and insulation. We've identified all the components in a generator. Now let's go through the key components necessary for us to repair any one of these assemblies. Here we have one of the key components, and it's the core for the PMG assembly. With the coils, insulation, we can rewind this core, and with our special varnishing process, we can finish this assembly. Here's the second key component, and it would be this core for the exciter stator, and the same process with the insulation and coils. We can rewind this component, and the 2 subcomponents together installed into the housing, we can complete the end bell assembly. Now the rotor, the key components are the exciter core and the core and shaft. Now the exciter core is wound with the wires and the insulation in the same process as we showed, and the core and shaft is wound with the wires and insulation in the same process again. Now the 2 of these installed together become the rotor assembly. Now the stator key component is the core. Now the core can be rewound using the coils and the insulation and the varnish process, and we can build the sub-assembly. This sub-assembly is installed into the housing, and this is the complete housing assembly. With the 7 key components provided and the 2 housings, Aircraft Electric Motors can build an entire generator, or any one of the 3 assemblies.